hello there. And this looks like another live episode. We've only done one before, but I think that was episode number 35.
Yeah.
This is episode number 58.
Look at that.
58. Not bad.
Yeah. Hey,
We're out here. We're doing things. We're making moves. We got to do a couple shout outs here. Huge shout out to my brother, MJ Vallejo, who helped us out with this location today. And with the lighting and the, I should just say it, 4K video.
You're getting you're getting the realness of us right now. You're getting everything. Getting the guts.
And the nuts. We're not, we're taking the robe off. We're Ric Flairing.
Woo!
It's going to happen. And it's going to happen with studs. And then we're going to be bedazzled while we do it.
Yeah, why not?
Speaking of bedazzled, we got a couple coffees here.
Yeah, dude. Thank you.
I'm feeling kind of jivey.
Yeah.
How about you?
I'm feeling great, dude. Thanks for the coffee. I'm not gonna give no names out because sponsorships, but
until they're paying us.
Yeah, this is I love this coffee. I prefer this brand of coffee than the
mermaid one.
Yeah, I was gonna say the industry standard, but I love this one a lot. Make sure I cover the sleeve so no one sees it.
It's good. I agree. I think it's a little higher of a coffee bean. Maybe
it's from the Bay Area also.
I think the beans are more
not
labored.
Yeah,
No,
I was referring as the employers inside the coffee shop.
No.
No. I think the first coffee house was here in Berkeley, right down right like a block or two away from.
I didn't know Pete's was Bay Area. I thought for some reason I thought it was Seattle.
We were gonna say no names, bro.
Oh,
yeah. Oops, the cat's out of the bag.
Pedro
sponsor us.
Well, we weren't slashing them. We were. But anyway.
Yeah. No, but yeah, they're from Berkeley, and I love Pete's, and it's funny because that's the same brand I use at home. So when you offer for coffee, and I'm like, yes.
Do you go with Major? Is it the Major?
Yeah, you gotta go with Major Tom.
Or is it Major Dick?
Richard. It's Major Richards.
Richard Simmons.
But yeah, dude, this is pretty dope. Last time we did a face-to-face recording was in your home studio.
Yeah, it was my place.
Yeah, that was pretty dope, dude.
It was fun. It was fun. I'm kind of excited for this though because it gives a little edge. It adds a little more of a, I don't know, a realness to it. I guess you could say more of a commitment.
You audience in the digital world don't see this, but there's like 20 people behind the camera and they're all cheering on.
And Sheila, I can't believe this, but she's actually here.
Yeah.
She took time away from her. What she does is she's like kind of like the general manager for No, I'm not. I don't know.
The director.
Where I was going.
No, she's kind of like the director. She tells us when the video's recording and when it stops.
Usually wrong, but we let her slide because. Well, today I got the coffee, so I don't really know why.
She took a well-needed day off.
I think she's going to take a lot of those.
Yeah.
Newsflash, you're fired, Sheila.
Hey, before we get started, though, can I do a quick little shout-out?
Yeah, for sure.
A little shout-out to my buddy, or our buddy, Miguel, from One with the Foot Cult.
Oh, yeah.
A little birthday today.
Should we sing happy birthday? No, we're not going to do that. Super cringe.
No, we're not.
But we can say happy birthday.
Feliz cumpleaños, carnal.
Happy birthday, dude.
We love you. All right.
Keep it real.
Keeping it 100. I believe that's what the kids say.
Or I think they say 100.
I think so too, but I wasn't
That was
sure.
me whiting it up for everyone listening.
Dude, you know what's fucking funny, dude? Is that like I will say the shit that the kids say like in my classrooms. So I'll say like, "Oh, no cap."
Oh,
or
yeah,
like, Or like that,
or like, "Oh, that's the drip," or that's hella wet. Do they still say that's hella wet?
I don't think so. I think I still refer. Whenever I think of wet, I think PCP or something. Dave Chappelle.
That, or I just think of pussy.
Yeah.
But no, exactly. So when I heard it's a term like that, I'm like, what? It means cool?
Yeah, like
what
come
the
on, bro.
Fuck? That means something way different to me.
But yeah, so every now and then I'll be like, yeah, no cap. And students would be like, please don't.
So that means like, but basically from my understanding, no cap means like, stop playing kind of thing, right? Kind of.
So when you say, hold on, let me fix my headphones. Oh,
we're giving dad. This is like the Merriam Dadster version of what's going on here.
This shows you
how disconnected we are from
so
people.
From according to Urban Dictionary.
There we go.
Yeah.
How to use it in a sentence.
So when you say no cap means like no lie.
Oh yeah.
And when you say you're capping, dude, you're hella capping, like you're lying.
Man.
You're lying.
or like
Allegedly. That's what
I also heard there's a thing called cattin.
Wow. Okay, which one's that one?
And I think that means like you're like a cock block in a way. Because you're trying to get laid more than the other person.
I don't.
See, it gets weird, dude.
Kids,
I can't keep up.
I'm sorry. Listen.
I work in Oakland. I hear a lot of lingo and slingo that I just don't get.
I feel like I'm freaking Michael now from The Office, that they're just going to tell me like the most random slangs, and I'm just going to be using it without really understanding what it is.
And I feel kind of like Pam. There might be some chemistry between us, you know? But it's probably not going to be spoken for.
Probably not.
No. But there'll always be a question mark of what if.
Yeah.
What if? And speaking of what if, have you been watching the what ifs on, have we talked about that? I think we have a little bit. But have you been watching the what ifs on Disney Plus?
No.
Or the Marvel what ifs?
No, I seen them, but dude, the thing that pisses me off about Disney Plus, not to shit on Disney Plus.
No, let's hear it because they deserve it.
Well, I do love Disney. I was just at Disneyland last weekend.
Yeah.
But what bothers me about it is that I don't like that they do one episode a week. I'm a very impatient person, so it's good in that sense. But yeah. I don't like it because I'm like, fuck, what the fuck? It's like I already lived through the drama of Game of Thrones and like the disappointment of Game of Thrones, and then same thing with like The Walking Dead. So I just want to be disappointed now and not disappointed 2 months down the road. So so what I do is like I like to wait until like it's all gonna be done, and then I start watching,
and then just watch it.
Yeah.
You know what's weird is I feel like originally when streaming first came out, we were worried that people were gonna have it all and spoil things quicker.
Yeah,
and I feel like it's oddly enough, I feel like they spoil things less because I feel like those people already get their fix, and because like Game of Thrones is a great example. It was a week-to-week show, yet somehow people were fucking spoiling it left and right.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like when it's week to week, everyone's kind of on edge. Everyone wants to see it, so it becomes this thing where it's like interest to talk about.
Yeah, it's like who gets to see it first, or who's gonna like drop about it first.
But when everyone's naked, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So like streaming, it's like no one cares. It's not. We all have it. So
yeah,
that's kind of the beauty.
It's at your convenience. Yeah, you know.
I'm with it too. I think I've finally evolved. I think it's because I'm such I was like, oh, I kind of like the week to week in a way because I feel like it disciplines us to not be spoiled.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, but continuity wise, it's kind of nice to just be able to watch and flow through episodes because I'm sure that's how it's written.
Yeah.
You know?
So like no need for like, oh, and previously on, you know, what if?
Well, and the only reason we like that, if anyone does, it's because we were just conditioned to like it because that's how TV was, not necessarily how it should be.
Yeah, I think that's one thing we forget, that we grew up in a different generation, dude. We didn't like, it's just way different conditioning as far as like how you get your media and your entertainment. It was way different back in the day.
Well, you know what was different too was Van Halen was different because we were just talking about. Nice segue, but we were just talking about Van Halen, and you're like, man, I never seen Van Halen live, and I said, yes, I have.
Well,
and I'll let you go. What were you going to say?
Well, let me tell you how that conversation came about. So yesterday I went to a baby shower, and that's all my friends are doing that nowadays. All my friends is like just baby showers after fucking baby showers. So we went, and I'm talking to the future grandfather. Great man. He's a great person. He lives actually down the street from me. Anyways,
hey, dude.
Hey, what's up? Somewhere over there. All right, he doesn't see me. But we were talking about music, and we were talking about, Metallica. I went to see Iron Maiden and Ghost with him.
Oh, okay.
And in Oakland a couple of months ago, and this great guy. We were talking about the concert, and like we gotta go see the Maiden again and all this shit. And started talking about Metallica and like bands that we've seen, and he's like, he's definitely like an '80s metal, and I'm like, dude. It sucks I never got a chance to see Van Halen. And last year, early October, as I was doing photo shoots for my for the L3 podcast, I was driving. We're gonna go and get dinner, and I'm driving with my friend Alex. Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're driving with Alex, and a Van Halen song comes up on the radio, and I think it was it doesn't matter. It was the girl. You really? I think that's.
You really got me the Kinks.
Yeah, but I think that's no, it's a Van Halen, or is it Van Halen, or is that? David Lee
That's
Roth?
a cover, but it's David Lee Roth era.
Okay, so we're listening to it, and I told to my friend, I'm like, dude, I need to see fucking Van Halen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, such an amazing band. Like, I need to see him regardless of who's fucking singing.
Right.
Then 2 days later, fucking Eddie Van Halen passes away. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
So I'm telling this to my buddy. I'm telling this to Chris. And I'm like, fuck, dude, I never got a chance to see him. And, like, I feel like I jinxed it, but whatever. And he goes, oh, I saw him. So I saw him with Sammy Hagar.
Ooh.
And I'm like, oh, I did he's like, are you more of a David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar? I'm like, I'm David. I'm Diamond Dave. And he's like, oh, I'm more of a Sammy Hagar and Halen. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think I can trust this man's judgment anymore.
You're not going to trust my judgment then.
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it. You knew this was coming.
Let's hear it.
No, I think the strength of music, it's hard to say you don't like David Lee Roth era because musically it's their best stuff. But singing wise, I do understand why people prefer Hagar. I prefer him too as a vocalist. I think it would have been interesting to see how that band would have been if he was the singer during that era versus like David Lee. I mean, it doesn't make sense because they were friends. Yeah. But like, I think people would have judged Sammy. I feel like because the band itself, first of all, was like mid 80s to 90s, so the music itself wasn't as heavy. Mm-hmm. It was kind of going in like a synthy and then into poppy kind of stuff, right? And they were becoming commercially huge. So that had a huge impact on the music because if you listen to 70s Hagar, it's very rockin'. It's not like super ballady. It's actually pretty dope. And I feel like he would have had a better rep if the band musically wasn't kind of shifting. If they were still like 70s Van Halen with Sammy, it would have been amazing. I think he would have been glorified a little more. Yeah. Because he just brings an intensity and like he's more than just ballads. But anyway, like no, David Lee Roth is the nostalgia though. Like, like in the 90s we had some Hagar stuff, but for the most part everyone knows Van Halen as David Lee Roth as the frontman. Yeah. And I did them with David Lee Roth, the tour, I believe it was 2012, 2013 maybe. Mm-hmm. It was the same tour where they did the Live in Tokyo album, which if anyone's checking out Van Halen, do not check out that live record. It is absolutely terrible. It was bad. When I saw them live, the bottom row was so empty that we were actually in the top deck and we were at the Shark Tank. The ushers came up to us and said, would you like to sit down below? I've never had that happen at a concert. So they moved us down. I think it's because they added a date for that show and just didn't. Yeah, but David Lee Roth sounded terrible. Eddie was not very great. Like, it was kind of crazy. Like, I sound like I'm being a Nazi critiquing Eddie Van Halen. But it's like, it's just he was going through a lot of health issues and stuff, so he wasn't the same. So I think when your buddy saw him, it was probably the best last time to see the band. Yeah. And then it's funny, too, because David Lee Roth, like, when I saw David Lee Roth, though, open for Kiss, he sounded fine, and he was playing Van Halen songs. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it was just a bad time for everybody, I guess, during that.
Yeah, it was like an off day or something.
But I was disappointed. I was like, I wanted to see Panama and feel like I was seeing Van Halen play it, and I felt more like that when I saw Roth play it with another guitarist, which kind of sounds like sacrilege. Yeah. Like, why would you not want anyone but Van Halen to play? So I'm trying to make you feel a little bit better. I was like, it's just, they're kind of washied up a little.
I mean, one thing also I need to, like, remind myself is that, of course, live is way different than, like, what you get on the radio. Oh, yeah. And you brought up a good point that, Sammy was just playing the cards it was dealt with. And, at this time, it's like the synth arena rock kind of thing. So it wasn't as, like, rock and roll as, like, the earlier stuff, their demo stuff that really...
Well, even Def Leppard kind of did that, too.
Yeah. Same thing with, like, Def Leppard, Scorpions, and all this shit. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, even Metallica did it in the mid-90s, so I can't really...
No, I mean, it's just when you reach commercial success and you're on a major record label, you're going to have commercial influence. Mm-hmm. So it makes sense. I mean, Van Halen was like one of the biggest bands in the world.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, it's just a shame. And I know David Lee Roth just said he's going to retire from he's going to retire also from touring.
Yeah, I heard that too.
And I believe it's because of the death of Eddie. He's like, yeah, I can't do it. Like,
I don't know though. Eddie's been dead for like 3 years.
No,
He's
for
been
like a year. It's been a year only.
Only a year?
Yeah.
Only a year?
Yeah, it's only been a year, dude.
Well, he's been torn for like a full year, so I think that's not the reason. I think he's just tired.
I think so too. And you know what? It is what it is. I think it's time for. I can look it up on YouTube.
I'm gonna say it though, dude. He sounded pretty good.
Yeah,
he's a nut. He's a fucking absolute nutbag.
Yeah.
But like, he sounded pretty good. He sounded better than when he was. I'm like, why did you sound better with Van Halen, dude? He was still alive. Goddamn it.
I think the drugs.
You know who's yeah,
the drugs.
It's just a snowball.
Yeah,
literally a snowball.
It was.
Yeah, but so today's subject isn't about snowballs or snowballing. It's actually it's more about road rage.
Yeah, dude.
And how we're dealing with it.
Mm-hmm.
Are we dealing with it?
How do we know if we have it or not have it?
Do we all have it?
That's true.
Is it lying dormant inside all of us? And just one day we're just going to erupt?
Well, let me tell you how I came up with this subject. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you mind?
No, go for it.
Okay, let me go.
Can you finish?
Can't finish.
Yeah.
Last weekend we had a 4-day weekend from work. You know, no school on Friday, no school on Monday. So I'm like, sweet, I'm gonna go to Disneyland because that's what they do.
Right.
So me and the friend, the girlfriend, we went down to Disney. You know, we saw Halloween shit, and it was cool.
Yeah.
And we're driving back on Monday, and for some fucking strange reason, Mother Nature, Monday was like a shit show, nature wise. It was fucking windy as fuck.
Ugh.
Hella horrible. It looked like it was gonna rain and shit.
Was it cold?
It was chilly, but it wasn't like cold or anything.
But unpleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what? I mean, I'm in the car. It doesn't matter. So I'm driving back. We left like SoCal pretty early. So I'm on the 5, and it was just so windy that like the car was just like pushing you around. And then there was hella dust all over like the 5. So of course, like normally on the 8 on the 5 for those Californians, you know, on the 5, you know, the speed limit is like 70, but that's just a suggestion. Everybody's pushing like 80, 90.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Dude, we were doing 60 the whole time.
Jeez. 60
on the 5.
That's slow. That is slow.
Fucking horrible.
That's
dude.
almost 30 under.
Yeah.
I've done. Yeah, I got caught way higher than that.
No, I got caught once doing like 105.
Yeah.
California.
Anyways, I was doing that, but I got caught at 80 something.
I was doing that, but he's like, "Oh, you're a teacher. I'm all right. I'm gonna mark you down for 79." So
that'd be cooler if he marked you higher. Oh, you're a teacher? All right, 110.
Oh, there goes my insurance.
Yeah. Give me your license.
No, dude. So it's because it was so dusty and like when like people weren't driving as fast.
Yeah.
And then like you'll be driving and then out of nowhere it's like a freaking dust ball and like everybody will slow down. Tumble fucking weeds like stopping traffic and shit. It looked like something. And I'm just driving and like the first 2 hours you're like whatever. Once you're like in fucking Harris Ranch and you know you have like that last hour for those in the 5 when you pass what's it called? What's the exit for Harris Ranch? It's the Kettleman? No, not Kettleman.
I don't know the exit name.
Anyways, where a bunch of cows are since like beginning of time. There's like a huge ass place on with cows right next to the 5. That to like the 152 Los Baños is like an hour. It's like a little bit over an hour, and that hour felt like fucking eternity. It felt forever.
Oh, because that's when you're going by like the reservoir, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the
Pacheco Pass.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah. So I was just to get to Pacheco Pass, it was like it's usually like an hour, and when you're pushing fucking 80, 90, it takes like a little bit under an hour. But since I'm doing 60 the whole time, it was like an hour and a half, and I'm just like, get me the fuck out of here. And I just like I felt myself not like road rage, but I definitely felt myself like irritated, irritated, and it was just me and my girlfriend in the car. Luckily, she was just falling asleep, and I was listening to, fucking Knock Loose and all my angry hardcore music. To release some anger, but yeah, and as I'm driving, I'm like, fuck, I can see how people who do this every fucking day with traffic, like, how they can fucking like lose their fucking mind.
Well, isn't it? Isn't it weird that driving a short distance for such a long time is worse than driving a long distance for a long time?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
You could drive 8 hours, and if it's a steady 65 to, well, not 65, but even if it's 65 steady or an 80 steady, it's going to be a long day. But I mean, 2 hours in shit traffic is way worse.
No, and the thing is because I think we like consistency. So, like, if you're pushing, even if you take off and you're doing 65, it's not bad because there's no slowdown. You're just 65. But when you're doing like 65, then you push up to 80, and then it goes back down to like 40. And it's just like, fuck, dude.
Constant braking.
Yeah, just make up your fucking mind already, bro.
Yeah, and then you got the anxiety of, I don't want to rear-end someone. I don't want to get rear-ended.
Yeah, and you're like, fuck, I drank way too many cups of coffee. Rest stop is in 10 miles. I'm going to piss my pants.
Give me that bottle.
I've done this before. Let's do this. But yeah, dude, I was just driving. I was just so like irritated. I wasn't even angry, just irritated, and just like, fucking want to be done with this shit already.
It's rough, dude, because you have this like angst really to just be, like you just said, to get it over with.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as it clears up, you almost have this momentary like bliss of just
like
freedom,
like a moment of zen or something.
Seeing asphalt without brake lights.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh yay, there's my oasis.
Nothing pisses me off the most, dude, is when you're behind a fucking car and the car's like doing 60 or something, or 60, and it happens several times. You go fucking over it, and there was like nothing in front of it. It's like a fucking mile of freedom.
Oh yeah.
Like, just get the fuck out of the freaking fast lane, or fucking step on it, dude. Like, what the fuck you doing?
It's rough, dude, and it's funny because what also bothers me is I was like thinking, I'm like, this week I was like, I should come up with some examples, and it was funny. I was just driving. It wasn't even something that happened this morning. Actually, the drive here was great. I was a little bummed. I was hoping it'd be a shittier drive because it's about road rage. Give me a shitty commute the one time, and then I'm like, it's fucking peaceful. Fuck you. And thanks,
fucking,
universe.
It's fucking lovely.
Like, look at this dickhead trying to complain about it. No, but so what bothers me is it's always when I'm driving with the kids too.
Okay.
Probably because I'm just hyper aware.
Yeah.
But it's annoying. Like, I hate the people that let's just say they're like kind of a good example is they're driving slow. They're maybe like 10 to 20 under the speed limit. So it's like a 50, they're going 30. It's like, come on, dude, really 35? You're like, let's fucking go. Like 50 is a safe speed.
Yeah.
Like you can see what's going on. You got enough time to slow down. So then you come up to a yellow light. They're going like 30. But once they get to that limit line, they gun it and go to like 80.
And you're like,
and I'm like,
you couldn't fucking do that?
Yeah, you couldn't follow the fucking speed limit, but then you were willing to speed through an intersection. And it's just, if there was a way I could take my finger and just flick them into space, I would do it every fucking time, Danny.
Dude, no, it is. But then they got me reflecting because you gotta remember, I'm a social scientist.
Give them a fair chance, or
I'm a social scientist. So all this shit.
Yeah.
So I start reflecting on myself. I'm like, well, maybe I'm the bad driver. Maybe I'm the person. But I'm like,
right.
I'm like, no, I'm not. Okay, God damn it. Listen, nothing pisses me off the most. I mean, there's several things pissing me off.
Yeah.
And maybe I shouldn't use that term so lightly.
But no, it's a good one though.
But one thing that pisses me off,
right,
is like when you're fucking driving. And granted, this is a slow lane. It's that weird like half a mile, quarter mile before your exit, so you gotta get in the fucking slow lane
to get rid of that angst.
Yeah. So you get on the slow lane to get ready to merge out, and there's a slow ass fucking car. Nothing pisses me off. Well, a lot of shit pisses me off, but one thing that really irritates me, dude, it's like when you're in the third or fourth lane and you're doing like fucking 70, 80.
Yeah.
And then you have this motherfucker doing like 45, 50 miles per hour.
But you're all the way on the right?
I was in the left.
Oh, you were all the way on the left. You were in the fast lane.
I was in fast lane. I get to slow lane to get my exit, and it's like that weird half a mile.
You have to be in that lane.
I have to be there, or else I'm gonna I'm gonna gun it, but I'm not sure if this asshole's gonna.
You might not make it in.
Yeah, exactly. So you just gotta ride it. I call it sucking it easy because you can't do anything about the situation.
Yeah, you just gotta take the L.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you just gotta take the L on that one.
Cruising this one,
and it pisses me off because I'm like, bro, you're in the fucking freeway doing 45 miles per hour. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, granted, it's a slow lane, But you're doing 45.
You just get on a bike and do your paper route somewhere else.
Bro, I do 45 on the regular street.
I don't do 45 on Capitol Expressway.
No.
Isn't that the speed limit? I think it's 60.
No, I think
it's a recommendation. It's not really, right?
It's a mere suggestion. Okay, so for those non-Californian listeners, we have something here in California called expressways, and specifically here in San Jose, because I don't think I've seen it anywhere else.
No, I mean
we
throughout the peninsula, El Camino Expressway, right?
Yeah, so we call it expressway, but
it's a street it's a big street that has a high speed limit.
Yeah, and basically it doesn't have as many stops. No intersections. So it's like a mini freeway.
Kind of, yeah, exactly.
But like, yeah. So I believe the speed limit on that one is like, I think you're right. I think it is 45.
I think it's 45.
I think you're right, but I've always done like 60.
It's not uncommon. I don't know many people. I think someone, if they're driving 45, would be getting screamed at. Even the cops like, what the fuck's your problem, dude?
You're driving speed limit.
What's this? You're holding up traffic.
Bro, have I told you? I got pulled over once for driving speed limit.
Well, were you driving while Latino, though?
Yeah, absolutely.
You shouldn't have been doing that.
And guess what car I was driving at the time?
You're fucking old.
Yeah, I was a scraper. It was the...
You're like, I just saw this coming. Oh, the cop was probably like, I'm bored. Oh, cool. Just let's check this dude out.
No, what pisses me off is that they give you like the worst like excuse also. Like,
oh, yeah, like some silly infraction.
So this fucking asshole, dude, fuck this cop first off. I'm coming down Julian Street. And Julian is a one-way street, but it's two streets.
Right.
So I was in the right lane. I was on the phone sending a text actually to my buddies. I'm like, hey, I'm on my way. I'll be there like in 10 minutes. Send a text message. I passed through like a parking lot and there's a fucking cop there. And I'm like,
yep.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh shit, he saw me texting. So I put it away. I'm driving. He gets behind me, pulls me over. And I'm like, fuck, it's for my, he saw me texting or something. I'm like, I'm fucked. So, hey, how's it going? I'm like, what's going on, officer? Trying to be officer.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I'm all, what's the problem, officer? He goes, well, you're driving 23 miles on the 25 miles per hour zone.
Yeah.
And, it's just, I was right behind you. You didn't speed up. So, I'm like, okay, so something, I got to pull this guy over. Something looks suspicious about this.
He's all no evasive maneuvers.
No, he's like,
just very odd for you.
He's like, I'm trying to get off the shift. I'm trying to get back home, getting off shift, and you're kind of like making me go a little bit slower.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so you pull me over because I'm doing speed limit. It's like, oh, well, yeah, I was riding you so you can go faster. I'm like, yeah, but then if I go over 25, you're gonna pull me over because I'm going over speed limit. So, but it's fine. You gotta go with the traffic. I'm like, okay, I'm an officer. You understand that this is a 2-lane one-way street? Yeah. I'm on the right lane. You could easily go to the left and then pass me. So,
I mean, why didn't he just flash his lights and do that? I mean, don't they do that? They run red lights like that all the time. They run red lights all the
time. Fuck SJPD, dude.
Yeah, dude. Fuck off, dude.
And then, and then he goes, he goes, well, I'm in a hurry to get out. I'm like, so you decide to pull me over and waste another 15, 20 minutes?
But it's like he's basically admitting he's doing his job poorly. It's like,
he's just saying,
I need to go somewhere. It's like, no, you just need to do what you're doing right now, just better.
Yeah.
Like, stop doing this.
He's just going to, you saw a fucking car with freaking 20-inch rims and you heard bass, but you didn't know it was fucking kill switch engaged.
20-inch blades on the Impala. But dude.
He didn't know. He thought he was going to get some gangster and all he got was some like emo Mexican kid.
Little did he know he was dealing with the Fiend Club. All the misfit dudes come out and beat him up.
He heard the bass. He didn't know it was fucking
no Doyle. No Doyle. Put the weapon down. He's a good cop.
It was fucking dancing, going mother.
Dancing. Told you not to fucking stop my car.
So yeah, he pulled me over, and then this motherfucker asked me like, "Do you if I search your car, will I find anything?" I'm like, well, you're not gonna search my car because you don't have a reasonable doubt. He's like, well, I see you getting irritated. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, you had me pulled over for no reason. I'm like, I'm trying to get downtown.
It's just weird. It's like you're literally slowing your own shit down worse.
Yeah.
Like if he said that's the thing I would have been like, when he said you're slowing me down, I'm like, well, I'm really slowing you down.
Now I'm really
because now we're both sitting here and just talking about nothing.
So So I was like, fine, dude, search my car. You ain't going to find shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to go feel stupid. And I'm like, go search whatever. You ain't going to find shit.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Because I keep my car like hella clean.
Yeah.
And, so I don't have nothing like first off, I keep my car clean and I don't do anything like that.
Yeah.
So I don't have anything on me. So I'm like, whatever. And then while he's fucking searching it, I'm over here by his freaking car and I'm having a cigarette. And he goes, do you mind turning off your cigarette? I'm like, no, dude, I'm in the fucking public. I'm in the street. He's like, were you going to get my uniform smelling cigarettes? I'm like, don't get fucking near me then, dude. Do your fucking job. It was just like, he was trying to piss me off.
Yeah.
To do something.
Yeah, like to provoke.
Yeah, he was trying to provoke me for some fucking reason. And he had nothing. And the thing is, every time he asked me a question or something, I was just giving back with rational decision making. And I think that was just pissing him off.
Yeah, because you weren't losing your cool.
Yeah, and I was like,
taking the bait.
I was pretty much like calling out his bullshit.
Yeah.
To his face, but I'm like, wait, so you're saying this, but you're doing this? I'm like, you see where it's kind of confusing right
Last joke's on you. I'm wearing the badge.
Yeah.
No, but you know what's funny, though, is he's probably the kind of cop that goes back and they, have his underwear in the fucking shredder at the office. Like, he's totally getting made fun of. Because there's cool cops out there.
No, absolutely.
And not even that they're cool, maybe to us, but they're cool to the cop people.
Yeah.
And that guy's not cool.
No.
Because he's not going to go back. Can you imagine, there's dudes getting shot at? And hey, how was your shift tonight? And he'd be like, well, you know what I did? I pulled this guy over. He was wearing a fucking My Chemical Romance shirt.
I think I was.
And damn, I stereotyped you pretty good. And he's all, and can you believe he wanted to smoke a stogie and make me smell?
I'm like,
dude, they would slap him so hard.
Dude, he's the guy who's in the showers and they're like fucking
whipping him. Yeah, dude, he's a little bitch, dude. He's Farva. Yeah.
You know what happened? Do you know they put soaps in socks and fucking beat him with it?
Oh, dude, I hope they did.
I wish they do.
Quarters, socks, rocks, whatever you guys want to use. Just Gomer Pile him at night.
But dude, I was just so irritated at them. Like, dude, I got fucking pulled over for no fucking reason. Granted, the whole thing lasted maybe 15 minutes tops.
Yeah.
But still, it was 15 unnecessary minutes because you profiled me, bro.
Well, and then he got nothing out of it. I mean, did you even get a ticket?
Nothing. Cause
that's a complete waste of time for him, then.
He had nothing on me.
So that's even more embarrassing. He's definitely not going to tell anyone about this.
Yeah.
Because if anything, you got to be a closer as a cop.
Yeah.
You got to close the deal. It's like, you don't pull him over to not give him a ticket at least.
Yeah.
That's like a fail.
No, dude. He, and then, while he was searching my car, of course, backup has to show up. And, so, the guy's, right there.
You good, dude?
He's
telling the other cop?
He's like, what's going on, dude?
Yeah.
He pulled me over. I'm like, I haven't said, I'm like, dude, this is fucking bullshit, dude. I'm like, I'm like, you understand this bullshit. You pulled me over for no fucking reason. And, he's just wasting everybody's time right now. He's wasting your time. I'm wasting my time.
Yeah.
You're wasting tax payers' money, whatever.
I think they hate when you say that.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Shit.
No, I know. It's true, but.
Yeah.
You're
just wasting everybody's time.
I feel like they're going to be like, oh,
this guy.
Did you have to say that?
Yeah.
I bet you that's a trigger for them.
Probably. You know what? It's funny because it's a trigger for me as a teacher.
Right? It's got to be. They're so sick of hearing it.
Because I hear it all the time also I pay your teacher's salary. I'm like, do you?
Yeah, servant.
Do you really? Your 25 cents a paycheck really pays my
I know.
fucking salary?
Collectively, between me and millions of other people.
Yeah,
I get it.
Hey, guess what, asshole?
Yeah.
I get taxed too. Yeah. I pay my own salary, homie.
That's true. Exactly. That's if that's true too. Then at that point,
I'm like, dude, everybody pays. You think Uncle Sam is gonna be like, oh, you're a teacher? No taxes. Come on, homie. I get charged off the fucking yang.
Ugh, terrible.
Road rage. All right.
Road rage is one thing, but Uncle Sam is a whole nother. God, if he was out driving around, I'd sideswipe that piece of shit. Oh, God bless America.
But not Uncle Sam.
Yeah, not Uncle Sam. So you know one thing that so what I wanted to do too with this is I wanted to point out some things maybe that I don't necessarily want to say I'm not proud of, because I feel like there's a time and a place for every action, whether it's excusable or inexcusable. That's the consequence you deal with.
Yeah.
But one thing I pointed out that would be maybe someone else might be embarrassed about, but I'm not. Sometimes when I'm mad at people, I'll just explain the scenario.
Go ahead.
I was driving slow on my house street, my neighborhood. It's kind of like a trailish street. There's really not a lot of pedestrian traffic. There's really no reason to go 25. it's a 25, but there's no school. There's really no kids. It's just there's nothing. Just go 30.
Yeah, and
to 40. It's fine.
And if I remember, like it's pretty much like if you don't live in a neighborhood community, like there's no reason.
It's kind of a pass through, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Really
You're getting out.
Yeah, exactly. You're
Everyone's
going
getting
in or out. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's not like you're just driving around. So yeah, there's that. We're leaving, and then it's frustrating because it's a work truck, but he didn't have shit on the truck. Like he was driving like he had an oversized load that had like a house on it. Like he was going 5 miles an hour. Like
why?
I was so mad. Like I literally could have walked faster down the street. So finally, like the kids were in the car, and I was like, okay, I can't do what I want to do. Which in my head, fantastically, I wanted to take my water bottle out of my car and throw it into the back of his truck just to scare the shit out of him. And like that's asking to get your ass whooped. Yeah. But that's, like I said, fantastically. It's up there with flicking him into space. But I finally, what ended up happening was he finally fucking made a right, but he took me down this trail. I must have been following for half a mile, and it's a long half mile. And I'm like trying to drop my kids off so I can get to work. So, you know, it's the morning rush. Everyone just wants to get. Yeah. They got shit to do. Everyone has shit to do.
And it's like one of those things mindful. Where, like, if you don't get on it by, like, a certain time, like, you're fucked.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's what bothers me. Is like, we're all trying to do something. Let's just fucking do it, right? Yeah. Why hold anybody up? So finally he makes a right. And I literally had my windows rolled down, and I was clapping purposely so fucking loud. And I was like, good job, dude. You did it.
Yeah.
And then it was funny because my kid was like, Dad, were you clapping because he annoyed you?
Your kids already know, dude.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, pretty much, kid.
No, dude. No, I mean, I try not to get angry that much.
Yeah.
I honk, and I do like...
The Italian sign language.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, and it's always like in this past 2 weeks, I've used my honk 4 times already. My horn. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You can call it a honk. You can call it whatever you want.
Okay. Damn honkies.
Damn right.
All right. So I used it 4 times already, and it's always like people just being stupid. You know, like. I'm driving, there's like a stop, and there's fucking like this car like doesn't even fucking stop or anything. So I'm like, burr.
Yeah.
And then the lady's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, no, fuck you. Like,
you're
there's
gonna
a stop.
Kill people, yeah.
Yeah, dude. And then like,
whoops.
Oopsie.
Dude,
I'm like, no, dude, like fucking pay attention, idiot. The one that really pissed me off, dude, and I saw it coming, and I'm like, oh, this motherfucker. So I'm getting off the freeway. The light isn't working, so it's like the red flashing lights.
Right.
And as you know, 1 and 1. You know, but there's always that smart ass. And for some reason here in the Bay Area, it's always either a Lexus driver or a BMW driver.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much, dude.
I don't know why. But anyways.
Well, they're luxury cars. So the people that drive them are usually pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just, and I'm like, dude, I have a fucking 2017 Ford Escape. You think I really care about me fucking up your M3 series? I will fuck it up.
Yeah, take your Third Reich mobile and go suck a dick, dude.
Yeah.
Take your fucking BMW, your freaking Nazi plane car.
Here's our fucking ultimate driving machine right here.
Ultimate driving machine?
Yeah.
To get everyone to submit to us.
Yes. So, you know, it was 1-on-1. My time comes up. I gotta make a left. Whatever.
Right.
So one car goes this way, the other car goes the other way. And then, like, that fucking BMW, like, piggybacks the other car in front of him, so they'll do a complete stop.
Yeah.
And I fucking knew it. Like, I knew it. I saw the car. You can feel...
you can kind of guess the next move.
Yeah, and I'm like, this was going to take it. I'm going to let me scare the fuck out of him. So, as he's going, I also go. I flash my light.
Yeah, you had no intention to fucking turn, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking, like... hit the high beam. So if
the high beam.
The high beams,
nice.
and I just honked the whole way. You know, and then as he's driving off, you see like him flipping me off. And I do I throw a peace sign at him and going back.
Nice.
But I was just so fucking like annoyed. I'm like, bro, all you had to do is wait 10 more seconds for me to go past the intersection, make a left. And like, imagine if I would have gone. You know, I'm gonna ruin my car, your car. You're in a hurry. Now we're gonna spend like hours trying to figure this out, and we're gonna create traffic because you're not gonna fucking move. You look like one of those assholes who are not gonna move.
And that's the funny thing is, like, road rage is two types of people, right? You're dealing with that annoy you. You're dealing with the slow people, which is a lot of our venting.
Yeah.
But there's also the other side of it, which is the evasive fucking, I speed up every 2 seconds to get to the light at the same time as you.
Yeah,
asshole.
dude. And it's just like
that's fun.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I've never done that. I've definitely done that, like in my early 20s.
It's not an everyday thing. You like, oops. But see, even you think to yourself like, oh, what? I'm that guy right now. Yeah. It's not like you do it every fucking day. Like,
I mean, I've only done it in my 20s because when you're in your early 20s, you're first driving, you feel like you're the fucking best driver in the world. So of course you're like fucking zigzagging, cutting people off. Coming inches from clipping people, like it's so reckless and so dumb. Cool though, huh? Oh, it was fucking badass. So that happened, and then you're always in a fucking hurry. So I always like, you have those people. And now I'm older, I'm like, dude, if I'm late to an event, I'm fucking late. Like, like if I'm, my job, if I'm a minute or two late to my job, cool.
Yeah.
Like,
but that's what I mean. I don't even know if Mythbusters did it, but I feel like it's one of those things where I bet you it's bullshit. I bet you most of the time it's not even that much faster.
No.
And at the end of the day, you probably caused 6 or 7 people to fucking get mad. Mm-hmm. You snowballed a bunch of shitty attitudes.
Yeah.
And you're not even any more well off
than you were.
Yeah, and then you also put yourself in harm's way, put other people in harm's way.
No, dude.
It's just irritating.
I think you're right. I think like Mythbusters did a thing where I think only saves you like 10 seconds at that.
Yeah, and you're probably you're burning more gas probably.
Yeah. So yes, speeding on the freeway long run, make up the extra mile or two. That will save you a minute or two. Like, sure.
Right.
But like,
that's practical.
If it's gonna be stop and go, like that's not gonna help you.
You got to ride it out.
You got to ride it. You got to suck it easy.
But I also think if more people had that mentality, I don't think there would be as much traffic. I really think the traffic is from the sporadic shit and the slow people. Yeah. But it's like all you got to do is just pay more attention.
Yeah.
Fast people pay more attention. Slow people pay more attention. It's like if you just drive the fucking speed limit or the window of the speed limit, which is like 5 under to 10 over.
You got. I
feel like that's the respectable window.
You got to read traffic.
And that too, you know, the flow of traffic.
Here's the thing. What I've noticed is that, I've driven here, driven in Canada, driven in Mexico. Mm-hmm. By far the worst drivers is here in the United States. 100%. Like Mexico, everybody's it's a shit show in Mexico. People driving and fucking cutting you off. But the mentality is different. The thing is, like, here in the United States, you're like, oh, no one's gonna hit me because they're paying attention. You thinking the other driver is paying attention.
They're way more defensive in Mexico, is what you're saying.
In Mexico, you're like, I need to keep my eyes open because this fucking idiot doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Shit. Well, and I think it's also like over here we're like, oh, we have insurance companies. I feel like in some third world countries, like, hey, I'm gonna have to pay for this if someone fucks my car up. So I care more.
Yeah, So because I've driven like in Mexico City, driven in fucking Tijuana, driven in the highways over there, and like never an issue. Yeah, of course there's traffic, of course people cutting you off and shit, but it's like if you're gonna cut people, like here in the United States, you cut people off, to merge in, and like they take forever to go, to wherever they're in Mexico, they're honking at you to hurry the fuck up and just merge.
Yeah, because
you cut me off. All right, cool, fucking go then.
Have a sense of urgency. That's also something that's bothersome. Is like you said, it's like there's like, but it's just it's like a complacent / absent person. Yeah, like just driving. It's like, why are you even out and about? Like, or just be in the right lane.
Yeah,
and just constantly, if you need to move back because it's exit only, that's your job.
Yeah,
stay the fuck in your lane.
Yeah,
and that's all you gotta do. And I think that's also important is like lane assignment. Mm-hmm. I think like from my understanding, I believe the far left lane is not. It's unless it's labeled the carpool lane. Typically, if you're going to be driving long distances, I still don't know if that's even the one you want. I think the one is the one to the right of the carpool lane if you're through traffic, because I think it's the lane with the least amount of movement in and out, and also most people are going to want to either be on the right or the left side of shit.
Yeah,
it's rare. It's funny when you notice people rarely want to hug the middle.
Yeah,
and I do this with the Altamont when I'm driving to work every day. Sometimes I go in the truck lane because everyone's fighting over the left and in the middle lane. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, I'm going 55, 60 through all this bullshit because all these people want to fight over the left and the right.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you do that over a span of 6 miles, it backs shit up like way far. So
no, absolutely.
Like you see, you kind of got to read stuff.
Yeah, you need to. You just need to be aware. Sometimes, the fast lane does not equal fast.
No.
Because again, on the 5 example, everybody drives on the left hand. Because on the right is nothing but trucks and the semis.
Right.
But there's times where I'm like, dude, there's like 3 cars in front of me. I'm gonna get on the right. The truck above, ahead of me is still like half a mile away. Fucking make a right, gun it, cut them all off. Is
yeah. I mean, that's a good strategy. Or sometimes it's like, if it's not nighttime, because then I hate following trucks or not following, but being in front of one.
Yeah.
But usually I like being in the truck lane just because it's just I know what I'm getting. I mean, if they're not a good trucker on like 99 or something is going to do the speed limit. But like if they're going 40 to 50 miles an hour, I'm not going to follow them. Mm-hmm. But it's weird how sometimes they're usually going a pretty decent speed.
Yeah.
And they're not speeding up and slowing down so much. So it's like a little more of a relaxing drive.
The only time I realized that they slow people down because they pass other trucks.
Yeah.
Understandably, like you're pushing 80, this truck is going to come over, he's doing like 65 or something. So, of course, you're going to slow down. But for the most part, I like to be in the trucker's better side. You know, if a truck wants to get in front of me, I let him, I slow down. And I feel like it's just common, decent, courtesy.
Yeah.
It's just, you don't know if down the line I'm going to I'm going to pop my tire or something. And maybe that trucker is going to
I mean, that's good karma, but I think you're also being strategically smart because you slowing down is causing less of a slowdown than him slowing down.
Yeah.
And if you're letting him in, it's going to help the flow of traffic more.
And then I know once he gets the hell of the lane, I can just fucking gown it and I can,
Yeah, because he's just trying to get through. He doesn't care if you pass him.
Yeah.
It's just that whole merge thing where he's got to assume everyone's an idiot.
Yeah.
That's the thing about being a truck driver is dealing with being defensive and being that large.
Yeah.
That must be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, dude. And I think that's a good reason, which brings us to the next point, why a lot of people have driving anxiety. Mm-hmm. I like that.
Oh, that was nice. Oh. Seamless, some might say.
Let me change over here. So I'm driving, and first off, I love driving. For me, it's very therapeutical. I think we had this conversation before. But I know for some people, a lot of people don't like driving. It gives them anxiety or something. They get nervous or something. So, my girlfriend's like that. She prefers not to drive. So I'm like, all right, fine, because I don't trust you driving. Period. So
yeah, there's that. You're like, I don't think.
But as I'm driving, and I'm like, because she's like, see, this is why I don't drive. Because the dust all over the fucking tumbleweeds and the fucking stuff. And I'm like, okay, I wonder if this is a real thing. So I looked it up, and there is driving anxiety.
Good news, y'all. Good news, babe. You're not crazy.
You're not crazy. I apologize, but not to your face.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you deal with this one for a little bit.
So I looked it up, and there is driving anxiety, and this is from a website called Choosing Therapy. It says what causes of driving anxiety and 6 ways to overcome it. Here, let me break this down. So it says, it's common for driving to trigger panic anxiety in people. Just the thought of having to drive and can make some people extremely anxious. For example, specific conditions may be particularly anxiety-inducing, such as when a route involves crossing bridges or passing through tunnels. So there is kind of is.
I totally relate to the tunnel and the bridge thing.
Mm-hmm. And then I imagine if it's a road or a route that you usually don't drive that much. Because, I mean, we're creatures of habits. Yeah, we're creatures of habits. And it's interesting because as I'm reading this, I'm thinking to myself, my youngest brother, Trump Boy 95, go listen to his music. He's really good.
Check it out. No bullshit.
Yeah, Trump Boy 95. What's up, Trump Boy? Chato, if you...
Chato, as some may know him.
I'm still not using his real name, though.
Can't. You got to protect your identity.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out. He's he went to Disneyland 2 weeks ago. So it's funny, he went the week before, and then my other family members went the week before that. So it's Bettencourt, Sinbad, Disney every fucking weekend.
You guys are infiltrating every form of Disney. I think next is Florida.
I think so. Well, my other siblings are gonna go at the end of the month, and they're gonna go to they got tickets to go to like Walt Disney's like mansion in Hollywood.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's kind of like haunted or something. So I'm not sure what they're gonna do, but it sounds exciting. And I'm
Dang, that sounds cool.
And but like tickets were like $200-$300, and I'm like, yeah, sounds about right, but I'm okay. But dude, yeah,
No.
they're gonna go. I think it's like a dinner or like a tour, and it's supposed to be like haunted or something.
You know, if we were rich, we'd do it though.
Oh fuck!
I would even be down
in a fucking heartbeat.
That's why I want more money, because it's not that I want to take care of my family and like be a good person. It's just so I can spend $200 on something frivolous and not feel like a bad person.
Yeah. No, and like that sounds cool, dude. Like I would love to do that, dude. Are you kidding me?
It'd be a great story. Even if it's a shitty tour, it's a great story.
It's like
I spent $200 on a stupid ass tour to see Walt Disney's house.
But you know what? The furniture was amazing.
But that's what I mean. Like, it's probably going to be cool.
Yeah, it is going to be cool.
Hopefully they tell you terrible things that happened in there.
Yeah.
They won't, though.
Like,
they can't defame the man.
Well, it's not him. It's the house.
And so legally, I think they have to disclose what happened. Well, only if they're selling it, so they could probably lie through their teeth.
So it might not even be that the Disney family owns it anymore. They might have sold it or something, and now they're saying like shit that like before or after that went down. It's a freaking Hollywood, it's a freaking Hollywood and shit.
Like, this is where the Nazi engineers came to help develop not only NASA, but It's a Small World.
Oh,
yeah. The
I can see it.
It's very inclusive for them. Actually, it's kind of funny that the Nazis helped develop It's a Small World since it's so culturally diverse.
Wow, you just blew my mind. You know why? Because
it's all bullshit that I just said.
No, I mean, it's no surprise that Disney was anti-Semitic, but like,
I was just being an asshole. I don't know if it's true or not.
I got on. Oh no, he was. But I remember like getting on the ride.
Yeah.
No representation of like Jewish in this small world.
I think there is. They represent every culture.
Mm-mm.
Dude, the Philippines are even on there.
For like a small piece. Or the Pacific Islands.
They have eclectic. No, they have the actual PI. They have like a lot of individual countries. I recently went on it and I was surprised. I'm pretty sure they have. I mean, Jews, dude, they run Hollywood. I'm pretty sure they paid for the fucking Star of David to be on that ride.
I'll have to double look for it, but
I think it's got to be on there. It'd be an article. We're going to
Disneyland.
You know what? That's true. When are you going?
I don't know. I'm going to have to go again just to see if this is true.
We need insider scoop. I don't trust anyone else but my main man, Danny, right here, to go out there. And we got to get this figured out.
Yeah, we got to.
Because if that's definitely not kosher. That's not okay. That's not cool.
Yeesh.
My whole thing is this. I'm not even going to be sympathetic towards it. I'm just going to be like, get your shit together, Jewish people. The Jewish delegation needs to get together and figure this out if this is true, because how do you have all this money and you can't even pay to get the Star of David in there?
You can't even have one dude with a fucking yarmulke? Come on, bro.
I'm just not happy with this. I think I expect more is what I'm really saying.
I think I might be wrong though, but I mean, I can, for the life of me, I cannot remember seeing.
So now is this more revealing on your side of not seeing Jewish people as people?
Well, maybe because I just don't see color and culture, so I just imagine everybody's the same.
Oh God, great.
Okay, we'll look into it, but
look, I'm gonna wait on you. You're probably gonna go before me. Chances are.
Anyways,
I am gonna go back once Damon's 2.5 though.
Okay.
Steph told me, she said we're gonna go because we went when Vincent was about that old, and they're old enough to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And it is fun.
And then it's like cheap enough where you don't have to buy him a ticket either.
He is still cheap enough. That's right. Because Vincent's now, I mean, we could lie. Because let's be real, it's not kids have IDs, but he is a little big for 3. He doesn't look 3.
Okay, yeah, because it is like,
I think it's 3 and under.
Yeah, 3 and under doesn't have to pay for ticket.
I just don't know. I mean, there's, there would be the older lady that would be there and be like, excuse me. So I just don't want to get, I don't want to listen.
What year was he born?
Yeah.
Like if you don't fucking do math.
Yeah.
But no, dude. So, Trump Boys, he calls me. He's like, "Hey, man." He was kind of stressing over that 152 Pacheco Pass. And for those who like horror and like scary stuff, because we love it. Yeah. 152 Pacheco Pass, California, Highway 152 Pacheco Pass. is also labeled bloody lane or bloody highway because it has like a history of like hella accidents, hella hauntings.
It's mostly because it's not very well lit, right?
That and it's super curvy. It's like one of the most curviest, like
kind of hilly.
Roads in like in California or in the United States.
I didn't know it. I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so like hella haunting, and it's not just like recently with the automobile, but apparently like it was a huge like trading route for natives, and then of course like when Europeans arrived, like they used that pathway to like, and so it's just it has a long history of like robbers and people getting killed and stuff like that. So he's panicking about that. He's like, fuck, dude, I don't want to drive the 152, blah, blah, blah. He's getting anxious. Like, it's super windy, it's super dangerous. I'm like, dude, to be honest, I'm like, it's not. Like, yeah, it's windy, but, like, just driving the fucking slow lane.
You should have been like, watch out for hitchhiking ghosts.
Yeah. Watch out for the lady in white. No, but I'm like, dude, like, just stay on the right lane. If you go slow, who fucking cares? Like, take your time. And
eventually, you know what you can do for those people that feel like that. Sometimes I get that way too, and then I'm like, because when I was in my truck and I sat higher, I didn't care when people sat behind me.
Yeah.
But when you sit lower, it's a lot more noticeable. Mm-hmm. So what I do is sometimes I just flip the rear view.
Yeah.
And you get the lights from the side, but it's good to have some sense of awareness of what's going on.
Yeah.
But at least that like blankets the fucking main reflection that's in your eyes, which I feel like is a lot of that anxiety.
I think, that brings up like so much like stress because you're like the light is right there and you feel like they're
like,
just
God damn it, they're right on my ass, or I'm driving too slow. Yeah, it's
because he wanted to take like 101 down to
the more scenic.
Yeah, and I'm like, and he's like, oh, is there a way I can take 101 and then take like jump on the 5? I'm like, yeah, but you're gonna have to pass through another fucking mountain and like Paso Roble.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, just take it. You're gonna go in the day anyway, so it might be a little bit windy, but
it's I don't even think it's a scary drive.
No,
I've done it. I've done it day in. I mean, night's kind of shitty, but I mean, I don't know.
Especially when it's foggy, but I mean...
That's pretty bad, but...
But I'm like, dude, I told him, like, dude, just take your time. You're going to go in there, like, during the daytime anyways. I'm like, just take your time. I'm like, if you're doing fucking 40 in the right lane, who cares? And he got over it, so he did it, but definitely can see how, like, that will create, like, stress and anxiety. Now, signs of driving anxiety... you're feeling restless on the edge.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've done that before, like irritated, if you will.
Well, it's kind of like what you were mentioning before about the like stagnant traffic. I mean, that's definitely going to get you anxiety.
Feeling tension, having, just feeling like tension. And I guess while you're driving, like, I think this is a bad thing also, like having like a panic attack while you're driving.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty terrible.
I'll say you just need to pull over on the side.
Yeah, definitely.
And if a cop, and you know what's the worst thing that's going to happen? The fucking cop is going to show up and be like, yo, what are you doing here on the side? And he'd be like, hey, you know what? I'm having a panic attack. Maybe he'll follow you, Yeah,
I mean, yeah, and at the very least, he probably appreciate the honesty. You're for sure probably going to get tested for a DUI because that's a great defense for a DUI probably.
Really? Yeah, you're right.
I don't know if it is, but I'm just saying I would imagine that would buy you at least 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But I mean,
that's fine.
I mean, yeah, but eventually you're going to get screwed. So it's not really a decoy.
Yeah,
because if you smell like booze, but I mean,
no, but if you're not, legit having a panic attack, like, yeah, dude, I'll blow on it, and then if you can follow me, like,
we're still talking about that. No, okay.
Yeah,
no,
but having trouble concentrating, irritated, feeling tensions. Of course, if you feel shaky, nervous, chest pains, nauseous, and stuff like that, all including the panic attacks in there. So I can see where it happens. I can definitely see how people get it and like people like being stressed about it. But I think because I was looking at like ways to like overcome anxiety of driving, and it's like super dumb. It's like, oh, have a clear plan. Like, yeah, I'm trying to get to trying to get to point B,
Yeah. But you know what's funny is I don't feel like a lot of people have that, and it's obvious because they're so frantically unaware of when they're exiting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is. I think they're just not present. Like they're not even present enough to follow a GPS.
Yeah,
it's sad how stupid people are, and I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt. They're that stupid, man.
Yeah.
don't assume they're smart. That's kind of what the whole defensive driving. You got to assume they're like drooling, you know? So once you get past that point, you have no expectation. Then you can kind of plan for the worst.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's unavoidable. You're just stuck there. But I don't know. They don't deserve it.
No, they don't.
We should just be able to push them over.
Flick them.
Yeah, just move them over. Like, you go to car jail. Or it's like a timeout.
Do not pass.
That would be interesting. You know how they're talking about merit systems for social stuff?
Yeah.
They should have an auto one. Like, if you do enough times of not signaling, you are 5 minutes in the pen.
Yeah.
And you got to do 5 minutes in a slow lane and you can't move.
Oh, dude, that'd be amazing.
It's kind of a form of kidnapping, but I think I like it.
It's unreasonable. It's the unreasonable thing to do.
I mean, people support communism and want to push it, so I'm not opposing it anymore. Let's do auto jail and let's just all live a better life.
Oh, God, what was the in Soviet Russia? What was the you would think I remember this because I'm a fucking historian. The work jails for the gulags. There you go. No,
that sounds right. Gulag or something.
I don't know.
No. It sounds right ish. We're probably a syllable off, but that sounds pretty close.
I haven't taught world
Sheila.
history.
Sheila, can you
look it up
when you're done? What are you doing, by the way? Okay, never mind.
She flipped you off. Anyways, whatever.
It's coming out of her paycheck.
But mind if I tell you what might be some causes for or why people have driving anxiety?
Why people or white people?
Why?
Oh, okay.
White people.
Either way, I was interested.
So, and this makes sense. Number one is the recent accident. Like, if you had an accident or like a family member, like that makes sense. PTSD.
Okay, yeah, you're going through some kind of traumatic thing,
a little trigger
life.
thing or something. Yeah. Scary or uncomfortable driving situations.
Maybe snow at nighttime.
And that gives me freaking anxiety.
That's
I've driven in
scary.
snow and I don't like it.
No.
I hate driving in the rain also, especially at night.
I think I hate. It's weird because snow's more scary, but it's probably because we deal with it less. I hate rain more, but if we had more snow, I'd probably hate snow more.
Yeah, I've seen.
It's very unpredictable.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And I mean that makes sense. Like, imagine like if you're driving with somebody who got involved in a car accident because they're freaking reckless driving. Like, of course, it's going to create like certain issues and shit. It says if you have specific phobias like agoraphobia, like fear of open spaces and crowds. I don't know about that.
Fear of open spaces, but you're in a car.
Yeah. But if you're like claustrophobic, maybe that makes sense.
That's what I mean. That makes more sense.
That makes more sense.
Because you're in a
to me.
confined space.
Yeah.
It's like, how are you scared of openness when you're in a little fucking thing?
And finally,
I mean, maybe if you're driving through like Oklahoma, that is kind of open.
We seen fucking Children of the Corn, so we know.
Or Twister. No, I don't know.
Oh, dude, great fucking movie, by the way.
I wish never mind. I was gonna make nope.
Say
moving right along.
Say it.
No, I can't. It's a fat shaming joke targeting someone.
I always found it funny in that movie when there's a twister and a fucking cow. Like,
I was literally going to reference that, and that's exactly what the cow. But I was going to use a person's name rather than calling it a bovine.
Wow.
Yeah. I didn't do it. I held back. I practiced self-control. And thank you. And after
good work, buddy.
Bah. And after that's what my kid says when he high fives. He goes bah. But
good work, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm practicing. You know, it's choosing your battles.
I saw that. You know, I'm proud of you.
I'm a little ashamed of myself, but I think I'll move past it.
I mean,
you know, I'll get used to this new me.
You heard it. You're gonna say it, but then you're like, wait, it's not appropriate. You stop yourself. Self-control.
Some weird moral thing inside of me said care more, so I did.
Think of the kids, goddammit.
I think that might have been it. Maybe just like, image.
You know, the only one that I don't see here,
because
my mom is kind of like this. My mom has had. There you go. Dreams of like being involved in a car accident, stuff like that. So for her, she gets anxious like being in the car and stuff like that.
Yes.
But I'm surprised that isn't here on the.
I think it kind of goes with the PTSD one, though, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
Wait, so has she been in one, or is it just a fear of one?
Just a fear.
That's probably why, is she hasn't had one.
Mm.
So she has this uncertainty anxiety where it's like, it could be the last one.
Moms, just let a car hit you. I've done it twice already.
That's what I mean, like, respectably, hopefully a rear ending, but like a T-bone is kind of rough.
Yeah.
But I know I've been hit a few times, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I hit a few people too, though. Nothing crazy. I've never injured anyone, luckily, thank God.
Yeah.
It's been just pretty much fender benders. But yeah, I mean, to have that uncertainty, I feel like is more probably scary.
I've been involved in 2 accidents. One was like legit a week after I got my driver's license.
Damn.
Yeah.
Your parents must have been like, this was meant to be.
No, my parents were like, oh, okay. No, like
okay,
I was coming down from Evergreen actually. I was on that light on San Felipe and Aborn, I believe it is, or whatever, like that top.
Right before you get to the freeway, kind of? Oh, no, Aborn. No, I know what you're talking about.
No. So it's like
by the Golden Buddha and all that stuff.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. So I love that we always reference food places.
I mean, hey, they are landmarks.
They're landmarks. So I'm in the stoplight. It turns green, and I feel like somebody hits behind me, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like. Hit. So pull over to the side right in front of like that shop. I think it's like a Safeway or Lucky's or whatever. Albertsons. Get pull over, and apparently it was a third car. It was a car that hit another car, and that car hit mine. So
that's why it was kind of a subtle little bump.
Yeah, and so I looked into it, and I was just like, the car in the middle was like, if that's the only thing I got, which was like a small little scratch or something. She's like, I ain't tripping. If this, and I'm like, yeah, there's something in my car. Like,
you know why she also said that? I mean, she's right. She would have been at fault for both.
Yeah.
So, no, actually, rear ending sucks. You would have been at fault. But no, I think the ruling would have been her because by default, they would have said you're at fault, she's at fault because you both were rear-ended.
So...
Oh, no, it doesn't work that way. The car hits you is the
car hit the car in the middle, and then that car kind of jerked and hit mine also.
So the car in the back is actually the one who's going to be at fault.
But I think she turned, I forgot what happened, but she just barely tapped it, pushed mine. So I saw the middle car was making no deal, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm out of here then.
But I'm with it. It's not worth the... Yeah. Everyone's shit will go up. It's pointless.
Yeah, it's pointless. So everybody went off. And then lastly was maybe like 2 years ago, I was in the parking lot, a fucking Tesla hit me. Like I was
I hope no one was driving it.
Oh no, there was 2 people. There was there was a person driving. The Tesla was backing up, and I was going, he didn't switch to like reverse or anything. I'm driving. As I'm passing him, he starts backing up, hits like the tail part of my car.
Yeah.
And it's just like, fucking smart cars my ass. So he and I feel bad about the dude. The dude was like already having a bad day. Like he came to pick up his wife because his wife's car broke down. Yeah. Like in the shopping center. And like the tow truck was like literally leaving with the car as he hit mine. And he goes like, man, I'm sorry. He's like, I'm just having the worst day ever. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, no harm, no foul. Like insurance will take care of all of this. And yeah, Liberty Mutual took care of him, and
the Emu came out.
Emu and Doug. And I think for me, who's my insurance? Progressive is my insurance.
Oh, you got Flow. You got heavy Flow.
I got Flow. So she took care of everything. Dropped it off. My car was fixed like in a week.
Thanks, Flow.
Yeah, thank you. So, and I didn't even have to pay my deductible. Like Liberty Mutual send that money back.
And you didn't even have to use the AK.
No. Today was a good day indeed.
It was a good day.
Yeah. But that's the only 2 times. What about...
So one time I got annoyed because I hit this old lady and my insurance was lapsing, of course. Mm-hmm. So I told my Chevy. It was a hood damage and cracked the radiator, but it was just totaled because it was a used car. But it was annoying because if it was a Mexican person... I should say Latino. Let's be a little more
Latinx
out there. No. Well, I don't do Latinx because it sounds like a wrestling team. So I'm just like, nah. So
it's a controversial term in the.
It's different. It's weird, It's weird. I get it. Yeah. It's fun.
I get it, but it's weird.
Labels are fun. But it's What was I talking about? I was rambling.
A Chevy. Your Chevy.
Oh yeah. So I rear-ended this lady, and like I said, the Latin community, like kind of what your situation. I just guessed the demographic of all the people.
You're right. You were 100% correct though.
They are the most like. It's not bad, so like if it isn't, like it's fine. A little Bengay, a little fucking Vicks.
Yeah, and if it's like a scratch, you're like, you know what? Do I really want to go through the hassle? It's fine.
Everyone knows it's a scam. Everyone knows insurance. See, and the Latin community is wise to scams. They don't want to play the game, and I respect that about them. But this lady was an old, freaking shriveled up, pruny white lady.
Oh god!
And she was just like, "Oh,
OG Karen,
my neck," and I'm like, "Oh, too bad it wasn't your heart." But anyway,
my neck.
But I was like, come on, lady. It was fucking really. I'm like, I had all the damage, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, either way, I'm fucked. Even if she doesn't make the claim, I'm screwed because I didn't have insurance.
Right. You're fucked.
So I'm screwed or I'm more screwed.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of telling her that, I'm like, listen, my insurance lapsed. Like, I can pay you $100, $200 for this paint damage. I don't really see a reason to report it if you're okay with that. She immediately takes it like I'm scamming her. And it's like, I don't think I would have told you I didn't have insurance. Like, if I wasn't going to scam you, lady, I would have been like, cool, thanks, and I would have left.
Yeah.
It's just like, come on. So, there's those people that want to help you out because they're practical, and then there's those people that are just rule followers. And she was clearly just like, no. Protocol is you call, and, it's just like, okay, fine. So you got your paint, you got your check in the mail, and I got screwed. And granted, it was my shit sandwich to eat. It's not her fault. But it was just like one of those situations where I wish there was bodily harm, but there wasn't.
No, and I mean, in that situation, like, because I know you have to report incidents if like the damage is more than $500. I'm assuming she's just got like a scratch or something.
I don't know if there's that rule. I think because that's the thing. They would have to get someone out to appraise the damage before that even happens anyway.
And I mean, every little thing now is over $500 here in California, especially with new cars and shit. They need to update that fucking
paint damage probably starts with a minimum of $1,000.
Fuck, dude.
Paint's a scam.
Yeah.
Like if you go to a body shop and you get like that's the fun thing is if you get in one of these accidents, you always take the check.
Yeah.
Don't ever say, "Oh, we can send the funds directly to the mechanic." Fuck, no, you don't. You take the check, you cash it, you buy some things, you get some fucking buffers at like, your local hardware store, and you take the paint off yourself.
Yeah.
Or you don't. Because let's be real, I'm not. I mean, if it's my car now, I care. Yeah. But back when I had my truck, I kind of looked at it like beauty marks, dude.
Yeah, like they're supposed to be like,
I got
like
a little dent in the bump, man. Whatever.
Yeah, trucks are supposed. Trucks are supposed to have it like.
But now that I got the Toyota, now that I got the Avalon, it is a little different.
You're like, oh no, this is the family car.
I mean, I'm keeping up appearances now.
No, dude. I think you're right, dude. Like, it's kind of pointless, like to do all of that. It's such a fucking hassle, and like again, my partner, she was involved, like a car hit or whatever. She had to wait like a month before her, before she can take it into the shop because everything's back order.
Oh, geez, or that happens.
And then like she didn't have her car for like maybe six weeks, and then she she was showing me the receipt of everything that came out to. Like she had to pay like a $1,000 like deductible or whatever.
Right.
But the thing came out to like $13,000 because I replaced like the whole fucking door, paint job.
So $1,000 ain't bad when it's that much damage.
Yeah, and the thing is just like it wasn't my fucking fault. A fucking car, a truck didn't see me, and
that does suck. Yeah.
It's just like it's just a fucking hassle. And then like dealing with insurance and shit. It's just. I mean, when it's that amount of damage, I understand you have to deal with it, but I just wish there were more efficient ways.
I wish there was a more efficient way to get people paid faster. Like, if you are required to pay a company per month to keep coverage and not have a lapse in insurance, then why does it take 10 days? That's a lapse in payment. It's like
I don't understand.
It shouldn't take that fucking long.
Like I understand why. Like
Western Union, that shit.
These companies are so quick to take your fucking money. But when it takes them to get your money back, it takes like up to 10 business days.
Right.
Like,
and then if you pay the insurance for the rental car, I think a lot of the time you get reimbursed type thing.
Yeah.
So you still have to pay initially. And it's like, what if you don't have the fucking money?
Yeah,
and you're
dude.
waiting 10 days to get paid so you can get a rental car.
It's a fucking, unfortunately here in Western civilization, the majority of us live payday to payday, and we don't have the $1,000, $2,000. Some of us don't have that kind of money.
Under the mattress.
Yeah, for like a fucking rainy day. You know, like, but it's just such a freaking hassle, dude. And yeah, and I can see where that can lead to like driving anxiety.
Yeah. I mean, all of this stuff definitely is it starts with one thing and
it goes back to snowballing.
It goes back to snowballing. It's one thing. I was going to start singing Linkin Park, but I'm glad I didn't.
Okay. Because I was going to go back to David Lee Roth and snowball.
Well, it's funny because I think two things when I think snowballing. I think of that, and then I also think of the sex act, which is quite disgusting. I'm not actually going to describe it. I'm going to let people look that one up.
Urban Dictionary in it, please.
Urban Dictionary snowballing. You'll appreciate. You will thank me later.
Or not.
Tag me in the comments.
Yeah. Tag me.
So I looked up the few things I did look up was I thought, okay, most of this stuff is going to be a lot of subjective, a lot of psychology, a lot of like sociology of like let's study how people act, which is all important. But I kind of wanted to be like, but what are people talking about ways we can like either discipline ourselves or avoid it, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of it's common, like getting good sleep. Like anything else, like
it's always sleeps and eating well,
But it's funny because it's like, remember we mentioned how it's like annoying that they said drink when you're thirsty. I think we mentioned that last week, and it's just an uncommon act though. Like we're not drinking enough water, we're not getting enough sleep. So I think that's an important reason why it's also on top of the list because I think we need to remind ourselves get more sleep.
Yeah,
we're happier. We're more attentive. We're not feeling like we're backpedaling as much in the morning. My hand was getting a little shaky either from the coffee or a little. I'm not working out enough to keep my hand up this much.
Okay. We'll blame it on the coffee.
It's fatigue. It's muscle fatigue. Yeah. I'm out of shape. No, but like sleep. I thought this was funny. It said limit alcohol. So I like how it said limit because I'm like, but. Do they mean when you're not driving or when you're driving? I hope they mean when you're driving. Like, only little bottles when you're driving, please.
Smoke a little crack here and there. It ain't gonna.
Yeah, a little meth. This is what I call a one hitter. You got to heat the spoon up. So,
hey, were you the one who told me about the meth addict that they put like the gas mask bong?
Yeah.
Meth?
I think so. Yeah. That sounds right. Because they found the gas mask connected to a meth pipe. Yes.
Yeah. Because I was listening to that episode, which might have been the last episode. Oh yeah, it was because we were talking about decluttering.
Yep.
I was listening to the episode and I'm like, that's fucking insane. Like you told me about it, and it's insane. And now I think about it more. I'm like, that's fucking insane.
So I'm the sick bastard that wants to see how it works. I really hope there's a World Star video of a guy using it. Because I deal with the after effects of meth with people ordering.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ex-meth heads that like smoking pot now.
Yeah.
You're going to need a lot of pot to counteract that high. But anyway, so I'm like, I want to see how you are when you're smoking. I don't want to be around it, but I want to see it. It's kind of like National Geographic. Like, I don't want to be near a line when it rips a zebra open.
Yeah.
But how does it look?
Yeah. What I want to see is how fast is the effect of them inhaling it and them like hitting the system.
I believe it's pretty quick. And I think that's why there's such a high appeal because you get to that dragon a lot faster than other drugs.
Because I seen like people with crack, or I think it was like on like what's it called? What's that? Not Strange Addiction. Oh, Intervention.
Yes.
Where like they show like a person like hits like a crack pipe or something, and you just see instantly like they're fucking wired, like they're on. Ugh. And it's just like, where's the appeal?
No, and it's exactly because even if they look happy, I'm like, I don't want to do that. Look how fucking weird and shitty they look when they're doing it.
Well, that's what Sinbad. It goes back to Sinbad. Sinbad, if you don't see Sinbad's the comedian's like stand up, he's fucking amazing. He's so fucking funny.
I haven't seen him in a while. I remember, was he the security guy? What was it? What was the movie he did in the 90s?
First Kid.
Was it First Kid? Yeah, maybe it was.
Where like he's like the Secret Service for like
Secret
the press.
Service.
Yeah. So I seen that one. House Guest.
House Guest was a good one. I think.
Jingle All the Way, which is like one of my fucking favorite Christmas movies. Period.
That is really, really a good one. I think we always glorify it every year.
We always do it. Yeah,
we should do a watch along this year,
dude. Absolutely,
that's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
We'll do a holiday watch along.
Oh, I would love that, dude. And if we can also have it like,
no, we'll do a split screen.
Yeah, so we can have like the audience also see it along with us.
I'm probably gonna have to. I think we can do it. I got to figure out the rights with that. And even if it's bitchy, it could just be on the website.
Okay. Yeah, dude. I'm fucking down with that.
That'd be fun.
That'd be super fun. Anyways, he did this stand-up comedy, and he talks about, like, he brings up the fact, like, dude, how do people get addicted to, like, crack or something? Like you're going to see, like, a crack is going to come up to you all cracked out and be like, oh, you have to try this. And
you want to look like me?
Yeah, and then the person goes, "Ooh, I want to try me that." How'd
you lose all your teeth and your family members?
Oh my god, I want to try that. It's such a fucking funny bit he does, and I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in the YouTube world. You can look it up.
Oh yeah,
but Sinbad was such a funny. He still is a funny comedian. I would love to see him live someday.
I think we need to make that happen. I mean, along with Jingle All the Way, we need to have Sinbad somehow be. Maybe we should get him on here.
I'm pretty sure we can get.
You know, it'd be funny to do. I know it would probably piss him off, but we should interview him like he is the character from Jingle All the Way, and ask him questions like as if it really happened. So, how did you feel though when Turbo Man was stripped from your hands?
You know what? I think he will love that shit.
Maybe it might be pretty funny, and then like just keep character like as if we mean these questions.
Yeah,
but maybe we should like preface. Hey, we're just fucking with you. It's satire, so it doesn't piss him off. But then I don't know. It might be kind of funny to fuck with him.
No,
I don't know.
No. I think you gotta give him because
gotta give him a little.
He'll go along with it.
It'd be better, yeah. Whereas if it bombs and then we just have nothing to use.
No, because like that'll be like, hey, when you finally gave the officer a bomb in the present, how did that make you feel?
Yeah, I mean, are you still on the FBI's most wanted list for that? Yeah. I mean, you got to be on some kind of list for that.
What in your mind was it going when you see Turbo Man, the man you've been fighting the whole day to get this doll, and now he's dressed as Turbo Man, and he's more fit than you. I'm not gonna, How did that? Were you scared, or you just? What's your thoughts going through your mind?
I think it'd be like a post-game interview. He'd probably be really like amped up.
Yeah.
I'd hope he'd be like Richard Sherman after they beat the Niners. And he's just like, fuck you, Crabtree. Like he says that word for word. Yeah. And we're like, where'd that come from?
No, you know what the real question is? How did your little boy react when he finally got the doll?
Be like, and if he didn't, did you ever go back home?
Fuck.
Yeah.
What's strange? Because you gotta imagine like how important that doll was going to be to.
Well, actually, because didn't it end with him giving the Turbo Man back to Sinbad?
Yeah, he gave the kid who ends up being he plays I can't remember the actor's name, but he was also like he was Anakin in episode 1 for Star Wars.
Hayden Christensen.
Is it? No. Hayden is Anakin like growing up.
Oh, older.
Yeah, little baby.
He played the baby.
Yeah. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
No.
He sees it and he gives it to Sinbad character as he's being arrested, and he goes, "Here for your kid." And the dad goes, Arnold Schwarzenegger's character goes like, but honey, like, but whatever, you wanted this. And he goes, oh, it's okay. I got the real one back home. Like if they're just gonna give the fucking costume to freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, the realism of it was that his Aryan blood couldn't accept a gift from someone who looked like Sinbad. I'm kidding. This is me just shitting on Arnold.
Yeah. Wow.
Nice though, huh?
Yeah, it was a good one. It goes.
It's fake. It's fake.
But
don't read into this.
Don't read into that.
No, fan fiction.
What if? But yeah, like what? Yeah. We if we can get Sinbad in this, that'll be amazing.
That's what I mean. We should ask him. Be like, did you feel like Arnold was pushing his racial agenda on set? Do you feel that way?
Yeah.
At all? Did you feel uncomfortable? That'd be hilarious.
A freaking great movie.
He would not want to answer that question.
A great fucking movie.
That's what I mean, though. It is a very fun, festive Christmas film.
Oh, it's such a freaking...
In fact, I think a little homework this holiday season for us is to put together a Christmas... I don't think we've done that. Put together good Christmas movies.
Yeah, we haven't done that.
I mean, you got Die Hard, you got Gremlins.
You have Just Friends.
You got Black Christmas.
Oh,
You could even go the horror route.
oh yeah. With Krampus, that movie was a piece of shit movie though, but whatever.
Krampus, that was shitty, and I think there was a funny part with the old lady in it.
Nightmare Before Christmas is a two-way one.
There's that one as well.
Yeah, the list goes on.
This goes on and on and on, and we can go on and on and on, but that's not why you're here. That's not why we're here.
No, we'll save it for the Christmas season.
We'll save it for the Yuletide season.
Mm-hmm.
This one is kind of interesting. Leave earlier for your destinations. I'm kind of going to skip right over this one because
what kind of bullshit excuse is that?
Yeah, I mean, you can leave 20 minutes early, and if there's a fatal accident, you're still fucked.
Here's the thing.
Next.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you left on time every time, you wouldn't have road rage.
But on time is late. And some people
that's
think that
such
way.
a freaking capitalist.
It is totally. But where do we live, Danny?
That's true.
This is
America.
when in Rome.
Yeah, you're right.
No, but that's true. It is. Play soothing music. This can really help,
bro.
What's soothing music to a person like yourself, Danny? Let's walk through your calm. Walk us through a calm couple, an idea of what we're doing here.
Okay, so first off, I'm never playing smoothing music while I'm driving.
Right, but what's soothing music to you? It doesn't have to be necessarily soothing music.
Okay, so I think it will be like Coldplay.
I mean, that definitely counts as soothing music.
Keen, like
everything you're saying is soothing. Like it's not abrasive.
No, but I think it'll be like that kind of music.
But you're saying it's more lively than maybe like some fucking watercolor jazz.
Yeah. And I mean, I listen to jazz and I listen to like, what was that? Oh, I don't know.
No, you're good.
Okay. Like I listen to jazz. I listen to what's it called? Like singers and stuff from like the 20s and 30s.
Oh, like jazz vocal.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Like Billie Holiday.
Yeah, Billie Holiday.
Anita Baker, maybe kind of stuff.
Yeah. But that's mostly like when I'm like when I'm doing like homework or something. When I'm at home, that's when I do that. When I'm driving is mostly like the bands I said earlier.
Yeah, that's not bad though. I feel like but that's the thing. Like I feel like that's soothing to you, and that is soothing music, especially compared to the other music we listen to.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I was hoping you were going to say "Knocked Loose," a tear in the fabric of life. Have you heard the new "Knocked Loose" EP?
Oh, can we talk about
I was actually hoping we could.
Oh my god! Let's press a pause on the smoothing music and let's listen. Let's talk about angry, pissed off music.
I was. Right now, I'm on a serious trial, so I get liquid metal, which is great because it kind of keeps me up to date. That's how I learned about a Russian band called Slaughter to Prevail.
Okay,
they're kind of cool. Weird.
Oh, Era, or what's that band that you
Era, ERRA.
Yeah,
super cool too. Found out them on there as well. Yeah. But they were. This EP dropped at like 8:30.
Yeah,
on
dude.
like what was it?
On a
Thursday
Tuesday or something. Yeah,
Tuesday or something. Yeah. So it was cool because they're like, we have an EP drop and we got the lead singer Knock Loose here, and it was really cool because it wasn't even on Spotify; it was on YouTube.
Yeah.
And they kind of dropped a video, a company animation to go with the 21-minute EP.
Yeah.
But the first track on that EP, there's a part right before the breakdown where he goes, and it's just an evil fucking EP. It just sounds so evil.
Yeah.
And like, but there's a part where he just goes, "It's here in the fabric of life," and then just goes right into the breakdown.
Yeah.
And I was just like, dude, I was listening in the car, and I don't remember the last time I've heard like a song that's given me like a feeling of excitement and surprise.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, dude, that's so weird. And it was so calm how he's like, "It's here in the fabric of life," and then it just goes dun dun, and it's like evil, and I'm like, it's so cinematic because you're like, I imagine something really fucked up leading, and then it's just boom, it's happening. Something fucked up's happening, and that's exactly the vibe on that EP is kind of dark. You're aware of it, right?
Yeah. So I saw it like I think it was lunchtime, and I'm drawing through my phone. It's like, oh yeah, pre-order an EP. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, what the hell? I go home, I'm listening to it, and like, of course, like by the time I get home, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta fucking pre-order this. Like, I need to get it. So it's coming sometime in December, but
vinyl.
Oh yeah. Vinyl.
So is it a custom color one or something?
I think the one I got is they were only left with like a I forgot what color it is, but I got that one going, and then I have one I already have their Darker Shade of Blue EP, and that one's like blue with like splatters of different shades of blue.
Oh, so that's awesome.
That was freaking amazing. And then I just I'm just to add to the Knock Loose thing. And it's funny you brought up Knock Loose because I was gonna wear my Knock Loose shirt today.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Just because of
no disrespect to the one you're wearing right now, though.
No disrespect to my buddies over here in Maya Overeyes.
There you go.
Resistencia, I think it's Resistencia.
You're asking me?
Yeah, I know. I'm asking the wrong person.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Anyways,
that's a compliment. Thank you. I look cultured.
No, dude, but yeah, dude. Something that surprised me on that EP, besides like how evil and heavy and like the singer's vocals are just so like raw. Like you said, you were comparing him to the Warriors. Yeah.
A very good comparison vocally.
Yeah, very fucking raw, so angry, and they look like fucking sweethearts. If you see their pictures, like they look like the nicest dudes.
But the nicest nicest quirkiest dudes always come up with the weirdest, heaviest shit. Yeah, dude, it's super good always.
100%. No, dude, and what got me surprised is like the amount of like the riffs on that one. I don't feel like there was riffs like that on the previous album.
Yeah.
With this one, it's just like shredding riffs and then like the weird like I believe the term is DJing now, whatever.
Oh, like the genting type.
Yeah,
shit?
The genting. There you go, genting shit. And oh man, it's just like.
And I don't mean that in a derogatory way.
Yeah. No, and it's just like. For me, it's just so insane how much music has progressed and has gone to, and it hasn't really changed a lot, but like the sprinkling of it, it's just been so amazing. In the past 20, 30 years that we've been listening to music.
Especially the independent aspect of it. Because they did this independent, and you know what's cool? The lead singer, I forgot his name, but
Bly or something, or Please.
That starts with a B. Someone just got knocked.
Yeah.
But anyway. But so he was saying, he was like, okay, so damn, I totally had a brain fart. He was what was I talking about?
We're talking about the singer, and he's like they interview him on Liquid Metal. The nicest.
Yeah, no. So they're just really like well rehearsed, like chill dudes, and it's just he's explaining like, oh yeah, that's what it is. They said, okay, we surprised threw this out there.
Yeah,
and they said they took they paid homage to kind of hip hop because they said this was kind of like a random hit rapper. Rappers drop EPs all the time.
Yeah,
and that's what the lead singer said. He said hip hop does it all the time, doesn't market it, and is great. And
like
it's
a
smart.
mixtape or something.
Yes, and because everyone's doing it right now. To give you an example, comedy right now. There's been comedians are now releasing their specials on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
They're not marketing it up as a hype thing. They're just throwing it out there. It's one of the best marketing tools out there.
Yeah.
And it's funny because the traditional route is market your special, put it out there and charge, whatever. Problem is you're like hoping it'll catch on and people will pay. But you're going to get much more exposure through YouTube.
Yeah.
And you'll get more people to buy your merch, and it's better.
Mm-hmm.
So I think everyone musically and entertainment is following that formula for success, and it's smart. I just like that we're not being dictated by these suits anymore. Like it's kind of into the artist's hands to, no, we're gonna put this out now on a Tuesday because we fucking want to.
No,
and that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and I'm pulling up the tracks over here because where is it?
The first one is an interesting name.
Where are they? There it is. God knows, Forced to Stay. I remember that was like one of the tracks that I was like, oh shit. Let me return that as like track number 3.
Yep, and the one that I was referring to where he says, tearing the fabric of life, that is track 1, which is When Light Divides the Holler.
Yeah. God Knows has the
opening riff in God Knows.
And what got to me was at the very end, because it's fucking so heavy, boom, 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 and then at the very end, they sample God Only Knows.
Oh, yeah, the Beach Boys
song.
Yep.
But they play like in that weird, like...
And then it sounds warped.
Yeah, and it gives it like... It's
God
such
only knows how much...
With like the slow down staticky. Dude. And it's just like so weird because it's like... The song is such... I wouldn't say it's an uplifting song, but you associate it with like a more upbeat, more happier song.
My take on that, right? Because don't they kind of play that sample in the first track?
Yeah, they do also.
So I'm thinking he's reminiscing.
Yeah.
right? So he's cycling back through that shitty memory.
Yeah.
So it's such a, like, a lot of people are going to probably go and listen to it and be like, the vocals are going to turn them off.
Yeah.
Because it is definitely an extreme style.
Yeah, his vocals or his screams are like more high pitched, but not like like deathcore. It's like a screeching, shouting,
very Warriors-esque.
Yeah.
I don't know what genre that is. Post-hardcore, technically?
I guess hardcore, post-hardcore.
But so anyway, it's along those lines. But the subject matter, the lyrics, the riffage, it's just so artistically. I'm just happy. I wanted to say this, and I was telling people this too. Metal and rock right now is, in my opinion, thriving.
Yeah.
Better than ever.
Yeah.
Hip-hop needs to get their shit together.
Yeah.
They got sprinklings of greatness here and there, but overall the movement is trash. Like, they need to figure it out. Like, I want everyone to be excelling right now, and trap is just not. It needs to evolve. Like,
it's not it no more. And it's over and over, and like.
Can I shit on Migos real quick?
Sure, why not?
I got nothing against Houdini, but I just wanted to say, like, I was listening to this song called "Degreaser," and it's like, you guys are all beats. Like, come see me, dude. No, I'm just kidding. They kick my ass. But like, no, but like, they're all beats, dude. And he said, "Degreaser, all about Degreaser," and it's like, dude, you said it 3 times in 2 lines.
Yeah.
You're not even rhyming the same word. You're just repeating it.
No, and it kind of pisses me off because we grew up in the 90s with like lyrical geniuses.
But I'm not comparing him to Tupac. You know
can't.
What I mean?
You really can't.
Just have some fucking
But
integrity.
even then, like 3 6 Mafia, like
yes,
they were still like
they were repetitive, but they were still.
But just in the hooks, though.
Right, exactly.
It wasn't the whole fucking song.
Exactly, dude. See, Migos is that's a perfect example. They're repetitive, like the whole song's a hook.
Yeah.
Not only that, but they're already dropping the name of the song in the first line of the song.
You know, I blame Lil Jon for that.
You can.
But I feel like his beats were more like club hits or club beats, or Migos is definitely more. It's definitely just you cruising down.
Also,
yeah,
Lil Jon was a hype man.
That is
so
true.
It's kind of his job.
Yeah, you're right.
Whereas Migos, they chose to be 3 hype men.
Why do you have 3 freaking?
I think that's all it is. It's all hype.
You have 3 Flavor Flavs.
That's all it is. And all the clocks are running off. They're not synchronized at all. No, this is totally shitting. I'm totally shitting on the Migos, and they're good for who they are, and
you know,
and they're doing their thing. But I'm just saying, like, I'm kind of like thinking already this music isn't holding up.
Well,
you know,
here's the thing. I think when we were younger, we would have shit on it and just be like, "Oh, this is fucking garbage" or something.
Or we would have liked it. Because I still love beats.
Yeah.
So, and that's my first love with them was their beats. I love their fucking beats.
Yeah, I think so. And that's my attraction to Amigos and Exile music is definitely the beats.
Yeah.
And then like you can listen to like YouTube or something, get the instrumentals, and I'll fucking play like hip hop instrumentals all the time because I think they're so fucking dope. But like I was shitting in this, and people in the Liga MX and Ingles community will know this, and maybe you do also. Right now we were shitting on this girl. She was a YouTuber called Jenny69. And she just released her first corrido song about herself. Does she play the accordion? No, she just sings it, but she doesn't. But musically, her song is called Jenny. So that's 69. I'm the 69.
Right.
And so we like the whole Twitter was shitting on it just with the previews. So we did like a live listening of it, and I was shitting on it at first. But after 2 or 3 weeks after it came out, I'm like, you know what? Good for her.
Yeah.
Her song same thing, like very similar to Migos, like her fucking trailer.
It's all production.
Her preview of the song is like her whole song. She says like some stupid shit, but yeah, it's all production, and it's just like, you know what? Whatever. You're getting your streams, you're getting your fucking YouTube thing, you're creating buzz. Good for you.
Can I ask a question? Because I'm not totally familiar with her. Is she kind of using her sex appeal as definitely her marketing strategy?
100%.
Yeah. I already fucking figured it out.
100%, dude.
Yep. Okay, so no, I hate that. Yeah. Because that's no different than like a cheesy mall artist, like mall pop.
Yeah.
Like you just have a backing track, and it's karaoke at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like you have a pro backing track, and you're lacking the just enough talent to even match up with the track.
Well, I made a comment when we were listening and we were reflecting on this first song. There's a line that she says in Spanish, but she says like, everything I have, I worked for because I worked for it hard, blah, blah, blah.
And she's like grinding up on the mic when she says it.
Yeah, like she put hella work to get where she is, and she maybe did. I don't know this young lady.
Hell yeah.
But I'm like, dude, come on, dude. You cannot say like everything you have is because you fucking grind for it, and like you have a bustier, saying.
But maybe she meant literally grinding.
Probably.
Maybe she was a stripper.
Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm seeing this, and I made that comment, and then I apologized right away. It was like in a live setting. It was on those Twitter live speaks.
You apologized? That's almost funnier than not apologizing.
Well,
all right, I'm sorry.
I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry. Like that's just she has to fucking. If she has the sex appeal, fucking sell it, dude. Like,
no, exactly. But that's true. But there's two sides.
Yeah,
you're allowed to criticize.
I feel so, but at the same time, I'm like, well, I'm not very like familiar with the genre, so what the fuck do?
Well, here's the thing, Danny. Like, if we're gonna criticize, we're opening ourselves up for criticism.
Yeah,
and that's the only thing. If you're okay with that, then live your life. People are gonna criticize us.
Here, I'm just. Here's a little preview of it.
So she's got a sideshow with an acoustic electric here. That the guy looks like he's riffing.
She's rolling.
Got the really ugly nails. I'm not a fan of the long nails on girls. I hate it.
But I think it's so cheesy. Like she's rolling up a blunt and like
their stupid long nails. Yeah, I'm not into it, dude. She's one of those annoying. She's a lowrider girl.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
There she is, and I'm like, you're not even smoking.
Yeah, and she's got one of those cowboy hats on.
Yeah,
come on. All right.
Oh, there she goes. There she is. There she is. I mean, I'm not playing the lyrics.
Fake boobs too.
Oh, dude, 100%.
Oh yeah.
And then there's going to be an outfit that really pisses me off. Not that one. That one. There she is. Look at that.
Oh,
like with that, and then like the G-string or the thong showing.
See, and you know what
that's enough. That's enough of her.
Yeah, I feel like guys should be able to be more sexy than they are. We need to bring it back. We need to bring sexy back. Justin Timberlake tried to do it, but he got lost in the fight.
We need Marky Mark to come back and do some more fucking underwear. More underwear ads.
You know what might help you is some people think that putting pictures of loved ones in your car is a nice way to ease your tension. But maybe you just need pictures of me in my underwear.
I want that.
And for a price, you can get that too. They will soon be available.
To a website.
No, but I actually follow this protocol. In fact, sometimes I think about it where I'm like, you don't want your whole family tree or photo album on your odometer, but a picture here or there is always nice for just like in your office or something to give you some kind of home feel that you're not
or it's like
trapped.
To remind you of like what you're doing all of this for.
Yeah. And you're driving to get home.
Yeah.
Right?
This is your price at home.
But yeah, I mean, we pretty much covered a lot of the stuff. I mean, a lot of the preventive stuff. It's pretty much, like be mindful of where you're going. Be mindful of other drivers.
Yeah.
The other thing too is just kind of be mindful of the consequences.
100%.
Like sometimes we just think, oh, I'm merging, but sometimes your merge could cause someone bodily harm, could cause your car accident, your insurance rates to go up.
Yeah.
I mean, no one's going to be happy about this. And in a simple setting, your insurance rates go up. In a complicated one, there's lawyers and all kinds of shit involved.
Absolutely, so manslaughter and all this shit.
Don't, kill people in the comfort of your home. Don't go out and do it
Call of Duty
autonomously.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. That just means automatically. But I think, we just need to be like aware, be more present in what we're doing. I mean, that's been a common thread in our mental health and everything we say. Like we get sucked into our phones, we get sucked into our issues. It's like sometimes the way through anxiety is to simplify the task, which is I'm going from point A to point B. Mm-hmm. I don't need to be finding myself spiritually through my down-tempo electronica. I could be like just driving to get there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a good time to meditate a little, not to the point where you're not paying attention, but in a point where you're just kind of like, take the simplicity of it. Like, I think that's the joy that a lot of people get out of driving is like, it's me, this machine, and I'm moving on the road.
I have control of something for the first time.
And I think that's what we got to remind ourselves. And it's just like, just do that, you know?
And I think you brought up a good point also. Like, just your actions, you don't know what mental reactions will cause others.
Yeah.
You know, so like you driving, telling them, fucking cutting them off and cutting, you know, being a very aggressive driver, as is being told also, like, you don't know what kind of toll that's having on the person.
Oh, yeah. That's so huge.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like part of reading everything. You know, you got to like what you said, Danny, you like be a little more empathetic towards other people.
100%.
You're like, look, okay, this guy, like, I mean, you found out, like, talking to that guy, he told you he was having a bad day, but you even said earlier, you're like, but what maybe I caused it. Maybe they're dealing with something and they're not paying attention.
Right.
So it is nice to have that reservation because it kind of allows you to take a step back and instead of being emotional, kind of just assess the situation for really what it is.
Yeah.
Because we've all been there too. You know, like I admitted to hitting that old lady.
100%.
And it's like I would have been upset. I would have, you know, who knows? Maybe I would have wanted to collect the insurance money too. She might have went on a cruise.
Hey, maybe she's retired.
Her and Martin decided to go to Alaska on my dime. And you know what?
Good for you.
More power to
Yeah, where'd they go?
It's not her fault I didn't pay my insurance bill on time.
No.
That's my fault.
That's your problem.
By the way, that was a 20-something mistake I made.
Yeah.
Sounded like it, right?
Yeah.
Whoops.
Early 20.
So no car. I had to drive it back too to my apartment complex.
Yeah.
You know how embarrassing it is to drive with a cracked windshield and a hood that's bent like a M?
Yeah.
Everyone luckily it was daytime.
Everybody knows.
Oh, everyone knows you're a piece of shit. You're just
Yeah.
like, why are you driving this still?
Yeah.
You don't have a tow company? No.
No, we don't.
That's gas leaking. No, I'm kidding. No.
No, but I think that's the most important thing. And I think one thing that we all have issues is that we need to remind ourselves when somebody do something with us on the road, like that pisses you off, is don't take it personal. I think everybody takes everything so fucking personal.
Yeah, and I think part of that is because of safety. Because it could be so fatal, I think that's why we take it personal. But I agree with you. I think we need to brush things off a little more.
Yeah.
But I think people also need to take things a little more seriously.
Yeah.
Like there's two sides to that. You know, that there's the sides of, yes, don't be stressing everything. But at the same time, those people need to be a little more conscious.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, it's a conscious effort from everyone. It's not just going to be like.
It's collectively.
Everyone needs to just do better.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like sometimes you got to be the bigger person. Sometimes you're hoping they'll step up to the occasion. Either way, we shouldn't have those expectations. We should just plan for the worst. Expect the best. Isn't that how it goes?
Plan for the best, expect the worst.
I think I had it backwards.
Something like that.
We'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. Before you do that, just hit that subscribe button on YouTube, huh? And I think we're about done here. This is a pretty solid take on how we feel about road rage.
Yeah,
ourselves,
and driving in general.
That girl. What was her name again?
Jenny69.
Jenny69. Yeah, and I mean anything with 69, you're a stripper.
It's not good. It's not good.
Or a hooker.
Look at Takashi.
He was just a snitch, so maybe she's just a rat.
Yeah, makes sense.
She just runs numbers.
Listen to Knock Loose.
Check out Knock Loose. They got a new EP called Tearing the Fabric of Life. It just got released, I think, less than a week ago.
Yeah. And
I don't know anything else. Oh, new Halloween Kills just came out Friday.
Oh, yeah.
I have been plugging it pretty well. I've watched half of it, but I'm not going to get into that. I just wanted to say it is out in theaters. Also, if you want to be cheap, or not necessarily cheap, but save some money, Peacock is streaming it.
For the price of?
Free with a 7-day free. If you don't have it, you could do a 7-day free trial and not pay anything.
But if you have
cancel. But if you do have Peacock, it is $4.99 a month. But you're already paying for it. So if you do have Peacock, it doesn't matter. If you don't, do the 7-day free trial.
Okay, because I know like Disney Plus, sometimes when new movies come out,
I know they charge you
like $20.
So I tested this.
Yeah.
Because I thought the same thing on Friday. Me and Steph were like, we're going to watch this. I was like, okay, we're going to go into Peacock, and I really hope it doesn't say $29.99.
Yeah, but so it's for the price of
so NBC is okay with saying, we got you. By the way, Peacock's $4.99 a month.
That's not bad.
Disney's $11.99, and they still charge you $30 for Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Look,
which was a great movie, by the way.
I heard it was good, but it's like, listen, the guy's from Kim's Convenience. You can't just charge me all this money. It's his first action movie. I want some proof that it's good before I just jump right in.
It's good, but I'm pretty sure you can wait like another week or two, and then it's gonna be free $99.
Do you watch Kim's Convenience?
I don't.
I recommend it if you haven't seen it on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're Toronto, Korean liquor store owners.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, pretty awesome show. Also support the Asian American, I think that does count as Asian American because it's Canada and it is the continent of North America. How does that work?
You convinced me.
How does that work?
Support the Asian community.
But aren't Mexicans Mexican Americans then?
Well, support the Asian community.
Yeah, either way. Let's not get into that debate.
That's another episode.
Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for being inclusive, and thanks for listening.
Thank you very much.
Be safe, be mindful, keep your following distance, get some rest. Don't do that line of Coke at the rest stop. Maybe do it. But just save your money and be nice.
And if you find a video of a person eating or smoking meth on the gas mask bong, tag us.
Yes, please. Actually, this should be the PSA that I will attach. If you know anyone that does meth and would be willing to shoot up on camera and maybe document it for science, of course, we would be more than happy to get those videos submitted to tfthpod@gmail.com. And if you feel so likely to not want to use that email, you could also do my other email, which is coop@deadairdigital.com. I am accepting these videos. Yeah. I do have virus protection, so if it's weird porn, I will also showcase it. So, and you will be named.
Yes, we will call you out.
No, I'll actually keep it discreet. But if you want to share that video, that'd be awesome. And then I think that's it. So. Thanks, dude.
On to next week.
See you guys later.